Bunch of getaway day baseball. And will the Oklahoma City Thunder finish off the Minnesota Timberwolves in the NBA's Western Conference Finals? Here to help me answer those questions and provide so much more is my good friend and yours, Mark Zinno. Mark, the number one handicapper at WagerTalk over both the last 3 and 7 days, I made. Congratulations, sir.
Well, even the sun shines on a dog's ass some days. Anybody can win the lotto, I suppose. But it is nice to be back on top of the leaderboard once again, where we belong. You and I back in the good graces of the WagerTalk pantheon. Two of the finest handicappers in the land. Thank you very much.
Two of the finest people.
Yeah, I agree. And to the people in the comment section yesterday who commented on my my happy and jovial demeanor because I, quote, got some Florida punani, that's not accurate. But
oh, it isn't?
Well, it is, but that's not the reason I was happy yesterday.
I thought that was the point of that trip.
It was not the point of the trip. Had a very good weekend. I was in excellent company all weekend long. I was with our bosses at WagerTalk. You know who I was with. That's not where the panini came from.
I was going to say, this is going bad places.
Anyway, that's not the reason I was happy, folks. I was happy because we're winning again. That was the reason I was happy. Cashed our $5 Tuesday bet yesterday.
What a bet that was, too.
A little nerfy action.
I was very jealous of you because, look, you've been doing this long enough now. You know, the emotional investment you have to put into these bigger plays, it's a lot. It asks a lot of us. You know, we're doing a lot, people. And you were over and done with in 1 inning, and you were a winner. Great. I was like, God, is that great? And I, meanwhile, had to sit and hold on for 2.5 hours. Luckily,
the best.
I know I don't want to open wounds for you because I know it was at the expense of your New York
Knicks.
I know. But I know. Indiana Pacers money line, I beat a move. I got it at -130 on the money line. I had that peace of mind. The whole time I was like, you know what? I think they were in control most of the way, but I didn't have to worry about them losing, and I felt good. So I was a $5 winner as well.
Cashed our best bet yesterday at Karl Anthony Towns over 21.5.
Our double play was not good, though, yesterday.
No, it was not. But and screw you guys. It had nothing to do with the win last night. The reason why the Cubs didn't go over 4.5 yesterday is because they couldn't score off German Marquez. Everybody scored off German Marquez. In fact, that's who I got the Florida Punani from, German Marquez. I scored off German Marquez.
I cannot believe some of the things I am hearing here on this Wednesday.
Pathetic.
Let's get into some plays, Mark. So we can talk more about our exploits a little bit later on.
Okay.
Because we've got some day games. The people want to hear about I teased that we have day games. You and I both have I'm going to a game today. So I think.
Well, we know what you're doing then.
Yes, and I think so. And we also all know which game I'm going to be talking about because I'm home. You are talking, though, about Athletics Astros.
Yes, this was the aforementioned nerfy I hit last night.
Yes, congratulations. And you think runs will be scarce, not just in the first inning of this game, but for the first 5.
Yes, thank you for building all that energy and momentum up to something as minimal as an Athletics Astros first 5. Look, so Luis Severino's been very good on the road this year. The splits are quite dynamic. Nobody can deny at this point. He's got a 0.72 ERA in 4 road starts. Hasn't given up a single home run this year. He has got a sub-1 whip on the road this year. He's got 24 walks and hits in 25 innings. Obviously, you know the difference at Sacramento and what's going on here. So we like Severino in this spot again because the Astros, whose offense is starting to turn the corner. Look, and I think the Astros are going to be a play-on team. Remember last year, BP, what happened with the Astros? They started out so slow, and then by the time we got to the end of June, they were knocking on the door at first place. And I think they finally got there sometime in late June, early July, and never looked back. I think that's kind of same thing happens again. So even though I want to play on the Astros, I just don't know if I want to back their offense at back-to-back games, especially after an 11-run outburst last night. So we're going to back Severino here to take care of business in the first 5. The wild card here is Lance McCullers, who you and I did some research on. I haven't realized he hadn't pitched in 2 years. I knew he didn't pitch last year, but he didn't pitch in 2023 either. So he made his first start since 2022. Last time out, only lasted, he's made his first 4 starts since 2022, but he has yet to last 5 innings in any start this year. 4 1/3 is the longest he's gone. It was the last time out against Seattle. He gave up 5 hits, 2 runs. He did strike out 8. In his last 2 starts, he's been fairly good overall. 8 1/3, 2 earned runs, 4 runs total, with 10 strikeouts, and he's only got 4 walks and allowed 1 home run. So I'm thinking he's turning the corner here. I know the A's score more runs on the road, but I think McCullers here is going to be good enough to get us through the lineup one time unscathed. And if you can do that, I think we're in the right spot here. So Athletics, Astros, first 5 under 4.5 here for my half of the double play.
All right. Smash that like button if you agree with that one. We go from a first 5 under to a full game under. Yes, I will be at the ballpark this afternoon when the Cleveland Guardians host the Los Angeles Dodgers, the finale of a 3-game series. First 2 games have gone over. If you caught the Power 5 yesterday, told you to take the over in yesterday's game. That hit with some late inning magic, I suppose you could say. But here's the deal, guys. I've looked out the window today. The weather's not that great. It may not get up to 60 degrees here in Cleveland. I think the Dodgers want to get the hell out of town, quite frankly, Mark Zinno. Look for them to be swinging rather freely at the plate. And you look at the profile, even though we took the over yesterday, let's look at the season as a whole here. Dodgers average a full run less per game on the road than they do at home. The Guardians are a bottom 5 team in runs per game at home, averaging less than 3.5. So, season as a whole, I don't think we're going to get to the numbers say we're not going to get to 9 today. Now, there are some question marks in the starting pitching matchup. We don't know who the Guardian starter is going to be. So make sure if you get this bet in, you're taking action. No matter what. Action. You want the action. The Guardians are Stephen Vogt is being rather coy. They're going to throw a lot of guys out there. Kershaw's going for the Dodgers. He didn't last long his last time out, but and it was troublesome his first start, but still, this Guardians lineup I don't think scares a lot of people. This is going to be a low-scoring getaway day situation, a pitcher-friendly environment here as it's a little chilly in Cleveland. And again, you know what happens when I'm in the ballpark. You always bet the under anyway. We have a nice run. I have to look it up what the run is, actually, now. I think it's 26-12 is my in-person under. I'll tweet it out. I'll have to look it up on my Twitter, at @BryanPower_wins. But we're betting the under 9 in this game. My half of the double play.
Very well done, sir.
Well, thank you.
Not surprising at all, but yeah, neither here nor there.
Sometimes you don't want to shock the people. You just want to give them what they want.
They want winners.
Speaking of giving the people what they want, Mark Zinno, what do you have? Because, yes, you are number 1 overall last 3 days, number 1 overall last 7 days, number 1 in MLB. I don't think anyone's hotter on the diamond than you.
Guess who's number 1? This guy. And here's what I say to all the streaks and people in charge of them. Okay?
Wow.
Here's a streak for you. Streak.
Are you going?
What do you think about that, Bryan Power? What do you think about that?
I'm going to leave it alone.
Really?
Yes. I am a broadcast professional.
If you go to my page at WagerTalk.com, you'll see a bunch of streaks there.
They haven't been updated yet. Oh, boy.
Go to the front page of WagerTalk. You see my latest streak. There you go. That's all you need. Number 1 last 3 days. Number 1 last 7 days. Bite me. Everything else.
Giving the people a play?
Yes, I will. Thank you. I'll have one play in Major League Baseball tonight. Yes.
They don't want to hear about your backstage drama. They just want
it's just certain people annoy me.
Me?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, but it's more like a wife annoyance. You're more of a nag than an annoyance.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, you and I, we have this. You're my work wife.
Yes. Let me take a look here. Let me go to your streaks, as a matter of fact, here. Mark,
7-1.
Because I want to make sure that
last 3 days, 13-5. Last 7 days.
I want to make sure I have to update my streaks because it says I'm number 1 last 3 days. I was, but I only went 1-1 yesterday. I need to update my streaks. So Mark Zinno is number 1 in MLB the last 3 days. Guess who's number 1 in the NBA the last 3 days? That would be yours truly. 3-4-3-0 as we cash that winner on.
I'm number 1 the last 3 days in all sports and number 1 last 7 days in all sports. Why are we having this conversation?
We're having a real pissing contest on the
program. We are. Seriously. If you want to take it out and measure, let's go.
No, I like this, actually. We need to do this more.
Oh.
Not when we're doing poorly. Then we don't need to do it.
Then we don't need to talk about it at all. But we do talk about it.
Yes. I will have baseball. I will have the NBA. At least I think. I'm working getting those plays up as we record. I do already over early this morning. I put up my UEFA Conference League winner in soccer. Season's winding down over in Europe, Zinno.
Here we go.
Got some cup finals to deal with. Chelsea and Real Betis this afternoon. I've got a good play on that match.
I'm so excited for you. When are you going to give out another soccer play on the show?
Probably not until August. Or maybe,
Why?
you know what? There's some tournaments going on over the summer. Maybe we'll have some fun there. We'll do that. Stay tuned. Season's winding down. There's not a lot. There's barely anything. I don't go deep in, as deep as some of the other people on the board.
What does that mean?
There's a lot of soccer that's played on a daily basis. I tend to concentrate on the top 4 leagues and then the top European competitions.
I don't know. I still don't know what that means.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
If the people who follow soccer know exactly what it means, and the people who don't say, "What the hell is this man saying?" And that's okay in both.
Exactly.
Instances.
Even when you talk about a sport, I know I'm usually saying, "What the hell is this man saying?"
I thought that was uncalled for. All right,
well,
a sport that you and I both know is the National Basketball Association.
Heard of it?
And our best bet today is we've been doing well with the best bets in the NBA, as you mentioned. Karl Anthony Towns over was a winner for us on the show yesterday. Oklahoma City.
That was a little scary after the first quarter. He had 2 fouls. He didn't play that much. He only had 1 bucket. He had 2 points. I'm like, eesh.
Are you, I assume, one of the many Knicks fans that had an issue with the officiating last night?
I had more of an issue with their inability to stop Indiana from making any freaking shots. I'm also I had an issue with every quarter ended on a run for Indiana. And you talk about a 14-0 run spanning the end of the second quarter and the start of the third. Just, they you never felt like they were going to get back the tide in that game.
In the fourth quarter, I felt, because the Pacers went cold in the middle of the quarter, and the way they run their offense, man, they can be real hot and they can get ice cold.
Again, you can't get mad at the officiating.
No, and this is what I was going to say about that. For all the complaining about it that I saw on social media last night, the Knicks attempted more free throws than the Pacers.
Yeah, they did. And again, you can't get mad at the officiating because the game is officiated differently. Like I've said this repeatedly, a lot of banging going on, a lot of knocking around.
Not just in Florida.
Unlike Brian Power's bedroom, a lot of banging going on.
We don't need to get into that.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Unlike me during college, a lot of banging going on.
Better.
Okay. There you go. So, bodies are hitting the floor all over the place, and refs just are swallowing the whistle nonstop. Like, I can't stand. I'll say it over and over again. I can't stand the fact that the NBA chooses to officiate games differently in the postseason than the regular season. Just officiate it the same damn way the whole year. This is a better brand of basketball, what we watch. I don't know why the NBA isn't like, let these dudes play all year long.
It was a great game last night.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a great game for you because you bet on the Pacers.
I thought it was a great game for the neutrals. It wasn't a great game if you were a Knicks fan because you lost. All right. Enough about last night. More about tonight.
I would like to keep going on, but that's neither here nor there.
I think we've heard enough. Okay. I think most people believe, Mark Zinno, say they've seen enough of Minnesota. It will be all over but the shouting. Oklahoma City back home, laying 8.5 here in Game 5. The Thunder have been much better on the road, at home, than on the road. They're 0-7 against the spread on the road this postseason, but they have been quite good at home. And we are going to approach this game how, sir?
Well, look, I think that Oklahoma City is going to end this thing tonight. And I also don't think that Minnesota's at the same level at this point in time. And I expect that Oklahoma City, who is the highest scoring team in the first half during the regular season, will come out here, start really, really fast, be energetic behind the home crowd. Similar to the Pacers last night, the way that pace was pushed early, it benefits Oklahoma City to play with pace early and get Minnesota in chase mode early. And I just don't think that Minnesota really, if this game was in Minnesota, we'd look at it differently, obviously. But sit here and tell me that do you trust Minnesota at this point in time to play lockdown defense for a full half, especially the first half? I don't see it. Again, you look at the games. Look, they didn't score over this number in the first game. Why? Because they were coming off a game 7, tired legs, emotional letdown spot, everything else. And then, of course, they didn't score it in game 3, in a game they got mollywopped in and were never in it from the start. I mean, they're at home. You saw what they did on the road in game 4, how quick they could score. They can do it here again. I don't think Oklahoma City has any desire to play with its food here. I think they want to step in their throats fast and early, knock this team out, and get packing for the NBA Finals. So Oklahoma City first half over 57.5.
In game 4, the aforementioned game 4, you and I both had Oklahoma City first half. Not a total, just we laid the point. Or did we play the money
Took the money line?
We played the money line. Yes,
Yeah.
that was early. It was the money line, and they scored 65 points in the last game in the first half. This is a very good first half team.
I was kind of shocked at the total, by the way. 3 of the 4 games have gone over in this series. The one that didn't was the first game when Minnesota only scored 88 points, right? And remember, I just told you how sluggish the offense was for OKC. But this total's been plastered at 220 pretty much all the time. I think this game goes over, too.
Oh, wow.
You don't? We're just coming off 250-point performance from these two teams.
Yeah, I know. They both
we
shot
didn't
very
get.
well.
We got the total to move up a half point. Like what?
Yeah,
what are we doing
it didn't move up enough. I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
That's,
had the total moved up to 223.
3, right? Exactly.
I would have entertained the under, but you're right.
I would have done the same thing.
I was surprised
but
it didn't move. I was surprised it didn't.
I'm sitting here going, it went up a point, half point, whatever it was. Like, I would have expected some line movement, and we didn't get it.
What is did the total move a lot? Speaking of scoring and a lot last night's Knicks Pacers game. What's the total for that game tomorrow night? Did that move up a lot while it's on my head here? This is.
Hold on, I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now.
I think I looked at it last night when it opened. And I was like, oh wow,
no,
that didn't. Yeah, that's.
It peaked at 224 in game 3. Went back to 219 last night. Obviously, went way over. And we're looking at 222.5, so we're back up 3.5 points.
Okay. Okay.
So
that's food for thought for tomorrow. But I am heading to the ballpark here in just a little bit. By the time many of you are watching this video, I will be there.
Rally Burger?
Yes, Rally Burger. First time I think I've ever seen Ohtani in the flesh. I don't think I've seen. First time I've ever seen the LA
the
Dodgers
guy,
play.
they keep throwing him first pitch fastballs, and he keeps depositing him in the seats.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen today.
Maybe you want to take a different approach today.
No.
Just saying. Maybe you want to take a different approach.
Going to interfere with the ball, make it a ground rule double. That's the level of commitment. That's the level of commitment I have to these viewers.
So hold on a second. You're doing that backwards. If you're in the stands, you have to reach into the field of play for a ball that's not a home run to make it a ground rule double.
Maybe I'll just jump on the field.
If you catch the ball over the fence and throw it back in, it's not a ground rule double. It's still a home run.
Oh, that doesn't. If I throw it back,
no, that's not how it works. If you're in the stands and the ball lands in the stands, regardless of what happens next, it's a home run.
Oh, okay.
So there's no way you would be harming your own team by making it a ground rule double on a ball that possibly could be caught.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a plan, and we're going to get this under home.
Look, here's what you do. Don't fall over a railing, okay? That's number one. Stay out of the field of play because you don't want to get arrested, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then just hold your liquor. That's it. I mean, I know you can do that.
There we go. Sage advice from Mark Zinno. I'm ready for this afternoon. And if you're ready, please comment.
Give us more plays in the comment section. I appreciate seeing. I like to know what people are on. I like to see what people are on. I did a Twitter Spaces yesterday.
You did?
Yeah.
I wasn't invited to that.
I'll tell them to invite you next time. Adam Trigger was there. Ariel Epstein was there. A lot of really smart people.
Nobody told me.
Oops. Well, they wanted good-looking people.
That hurts. All right.
On a Twitter Spaces where you can't see anybody.
I know. That makes no sense. I think I have a lovely voice.
You do have a lovely voice. It's very, very, very articulate and masculine.
Well, thank you. All right. That is going to do it for the show. If you're at Progressive Field today, come and find me. Be in the standing room only
Yes.
section.
Reach out to him and say, "Are you Brian Power from the Morning Wager?"
And I'll say
And then tell him how much you don't like that Zinno guy, because that's typically what happens next.
Actually, if you do say that, we'll make a video and we'll send it. We'll post it.
Great. Can't wait.
All right. He's Mark Zinno.
You know how many people are rushing to Progressive Field right now?
Many. Dozens. I heard half the Atlanta area.
Yeah.
Driving now as fast as they can.
Yay.
All right, everybody. Subscribe, like, comment. Until next time, let's cash some tickets.